Daf Yomi, tracting Menachot, page 35b. Top of the page, the words are Abai Havi Yasiv, Kamidev Yosef. Ipsik le Ratsua dit file, Omer le Mahu le Mik, Tere Amalek Shartam Ketiv, Shitek Shira Tama. The Gemara relates, the Talmud relates a story. Abaye was sitting before of Yosef when the strap of his phylacteries tore. Abaye said to Rav Yosef, "What is the halacha as to whether one may tie the strap?" Rav Yosef said to him, "It is written with regard to phylacteries, and you shall bind them for a sign upon your arm," Deuteronomy 6:8, which teaches that the binding must be complete, whole, and beautiful, and that would not be the case with a makeshift knot. Amar le Rav Acha bered Rav Yosef Rashi mahu v'misperei v'ale letefira legav. Amar pok chazi ma'amad davao. Rav Acha, the son of Rav Yosef, said to Rav Ashi, "What is the halacha as to whether one may sew a strap that tore and insert the stitching inside so that it is not visible from the outside?" Rav Ashi said to him, "Go out and see what the people are doing." If the common custom is to do this, it is permitted. Aber Rav Papa gardu meretzu es kesheros v'lav bilsehi mide amri bene Rabbi Chio gardu metcheles v'gardu me'ezov kesherin hasamhu ditashmi she mitzvah ninu aval hochod ditashmi she kedusha ninu lo. Rav Papa says the remnants of straps, meaning what remains when part of the strap has been cut off, are fit. The Gemara comments, and it is not so, as can be derived from the fact that the sons of Rabbi Chia say the remnants of the sky blue wool of ritual fringes when only a small thread remains, and likewise the remnants of the hyssop used for the sprinkling of the purification water of the red heifer are fit. They did not include the remnants of straps of phylacteries in this halachah. The reason for this difference is that it is there that the remnants are fit, as they are mere articles used in the performance of a mitzvah, but here phylacteries are articles of sanctity, which are of greater sanctity, and therefore their remnants are not fit. Mikladis lehu shiura v'kama shiuraihu amar Yachama amar Reish Lakish ad etzbat zereda Rav Kahana mechve kafuf Rav Ashi mechve pashut. The Gemara states from this line of inquiry one can conclude by inference that the straps of phylacteries have a minimum requisite measure. And how much is their measure? Rami Bar Chama says that Reish Lakish says it is until the index finger. In explanation of this size, Rav Kahana would demonstrate a bowed measure, meaning from the tip of the middle finger until the tip of the index finger with the fingers spread. Rav Ashi would demonstrate a straight measure from the tip of the thumb until the tip of the index finger with the fingers spread. Rabba Kataluhu Upashit b'shadi lehu Rav Acha bar Yaakov katar lehu umitalet lehu mar berei deravno ovid kedidan. The Gemara relates Rabba would tie the straps and release them and let them fall behind him. Rav Acha bar Yaakov would tie them and plait them together like a braid. Mar, the son of Rabna, would act like we do, meaning he would let the straps fall and hang over the front of his body. Amar Rav Yehuda bar Shmuel bar Shilas b'shmei Rav. Interesting. Shmuel bar Shilas. Kesher Shetfir, Halacha L'Maish Messina, Amar Nachman, Vinohen Levar, Ravashia Yosef Kame, Demar Zutra, It, Hapcha Le'yertzu, Aditfilin, Amar Le, Lo Savar Le, La, Mar, Vinoyehu Levar, Amar Le, Lav, Adatai. Yehuda, son of Rav Shmuel bar Shila, says in the Rav, the form of the knot of phylacteries, meaning that there must be the form of a letter Daled in the knot of the phylacteries of the head, and the letter Yud in the knot of the phylacteries of the arm, is the halacha transmitted from Moses from Sinai. Okay. Rav Nachman says, and their decorated side, the back, the black side of the knot, where the shape of the letter is visible, must face outward. The Gemara relates, Rav Ashi was sitting before Mar Zutra when the strap of his phylacteries became reversed. Mar Zutra said to him, doesn't the master hold in accordance to the ruling that their decorative side must be faced outward? Rav Ashi said to him, it did not enter my mind, meaning I did not notice. Okay. V'roka me'oretz, ki shem Hashem nikol lecha v'yiru mimeko. Tanya, Rabbi Eliezer HaGadol Omer, elu tefillin shevrosh. V'hasiroti et kapi v'ariti et achorai. Amar Rav Chana bar Bizna, Amar Rav Shimon Chasida, Melamed shera lo HaKadosh Baruch Hu l'Moshe kesher shel Tevilin. With regard to the verse, and all the nations of the land shall see that the name of the Lord is called upon you, and they shall be afraid of you. Deuteronomy 28:10. It is taught in Brighton that Rabbi Eliezer the Great says, this is a reference to the phylacteries of the head upon which the name of God is written, and they demonstrate to all that the name of God is called upon the Jewish people with regard to the statement of God to Moses, and I will remove my hand, and you will see my back. Exodus 33:23. Rav Chanan bar Bizna says, Rabbi Shimon Chasidus says, this teaches that the Holy One, blessed be he, showed Moses the knot of the phylacteries of the head. Am Rabbi Yehuda, kesher shel tevilin tzor sheyeh lemala, k'dei sheyehu Yisrael lemala v'lo lemata. V'tzorich sheyeh klapi ponim, k'dei sheyehu Yisrael Nifonim veloy le'ochoyer. Rabbi Yehuda says that the knot of phylacteries must be above, meaning it must rest on the head rather than on the neck, in order that the Jewish people should be above and not below. And likewise, it must be placed toward the front, the panim, and down on the sides of the head, in order that the Jewish people should be in front and not behind. Amar Rav Shmuel bar Beidari, Amar V'amri la Amar V'acharicha Amar Rav Huna, V'amri la Amar Rav Menachot Amar Shmuel. Tefillin meimos mevorech aleihim mishas hanichosan. Eini Amar Rav Yehuda Amar Shmuel kol mitzvos kulan mevorech aleihim oy velasi rason. Abai v'rov d'amrit avayu mishas hanoche v'yad shas kashiro. Rav Shmuel bar Bidiri says, by Deri says, that Rav says, and some say that it was Racha Aricha, meaning Aracha the tall, says that Rav Huna says, and some say that it was Rav Menachot says, that Shmuel says, with regard to phylacteries, from when does one recite a blessing over them? From the time when one dons them on the arm and onward. The Gemara raises difficulty. Is that so? But doesn't Rav Yehuda say that Shmuel says, with regard to all the mitzvot, one recites a blessing over them prior to their performance? How, then, can one recite a blessing over phylacteries after donning them? By an Rabbah say, one recites the blessing from the time of donning the phylacteries until the time of binding them. as the binding constitutes the performance of the mitzvah.